Okay, so we're going into Ignite number 2, just a quick review on how it works. We're going over to My Zone right here, gonna load classes, hitting the back button if it's already got classes pulled up, Team Pilot, looking over here to find Ignite number 2, click on it, and then press the play button. Once you get to there, it'll already start you. You're going into your warm-ups. We've already coached those. So if you need to know how to coach through the warm-ups, go and look at Ignite number 1. First couple minutes will cover that. We're gonna go right into the exercises. So if I skip over, that actually brings us to a good point, guys, on running My Zone real quick. Couple of tools to use. If you need to skip warm-ups, you can just hit the skip button. If you needed to go back on a warm-up, you can hit the back button. If you're having a hard time getting everything coached in the right amount of time, a great button to use is just the pause. You've got a little bit of extra time built into the end of your class and to the start of your class. So if you need to pause once or twice, it's better to get the exercise coached right than to be rushed so much on trying to run it that they're not getting a good experience. Remember, our customer experience is everything. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna move on from there. We're gonna show you skipping through those. I can skip all the way to my first round. Okay, so we're gonna start with rip anti-rotations. We're gonna divide up, make sure in this 90 seconds that you divide up into 1s and 2s. 1s are gonna start rip anti-rotations, okay? So on the anti-rotation, I'm setting up on my feet to start out with. I can do it a few different ways, okay? I like to show them the harder way and the easier way. So first way would be here. I'm actually kind of jabbing out with this in front of me and bringing it back in. Now, if that's too difficult and they're having a hard time with it, one easy way to vary this is to have them just grab the stick right here a little bit lower. They can press out and come back in. And also, if we need to make them more stable, if that's too difficult on their feet, we can regress that down to a half kneeling position or down to a full kneeling position wherever they need on the anti-rotation, okay? So the 1s are gonna be starting there on anti-rotations. Now in this round, we're gonna be combining the core and cardio work into one. So my other group, my 2s, are gonna be either on the bikes or on the rows. So they're gonna set up and they're gonna go for 20 seconds, 20-second burst on, 20 seconds recovery, and then 20-second burst again. Now the reason why we're setting up that way is on anti-rotations, it's a two-sided movement. So I'm gonna do my 30 seconds to one side and then flip and do 30 seconds to the other side. So rather than making them go for a whole minute straight of pedaling, 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 let's break it up and do 20, 20, 20. Okay, so round number 2, what I would do is I'd have them switch. So whoever started on the bikes or rowers, they're gonna start on core work. So in this case, I would actually make my 2s start on core work. So we're gonna be working on 1/4 get-ups. So my 2s are over here, setting up on the ground, giving plenty of space to the bikes and rowers, working on a 1/4 get-up. So if I'm gonna go to the right side, my left knee's up, my right arm's up. 45-degree angle on the right side, I'm going to roll to the elbow. Okay, so I'm just rolling to the elbow. If you have a more advanced client, you can have them press up to the hand, drop back to the elbow, and go back down. But ideally, we're just gonna work on this rolling to the elbow. If they wanna make it harder, we can add weight in this top hand. We can just have them hold a power block just like this. So I can grab my power block, set up the exact same way. Okay, if they are gonna use weight, I wanna cradle that weight over, set up just like this, okay? Arm up, arm out, leg out, and then I can just roll to the elbow and then drop back down to the back. Okay, we're gonna do one side and then the other. The other group is gonna be on the bikes or rowers just like we did last time. Same exact setup, 20 on, 20 off, 20 on. Okay, so now we're going into our next round. We're gonna combo our bird dogs and then the same exact setup. So we're another round. So group 1's gonna be over here, set up, working on their bird dogs. Now we've done these in warm-ups before. We're setting up just like this, hand directly below shoulder, knee directly below hip. We're gonna go ahead and extend one arm and the opposite leg, going to straight, just like that, reach out. You can have them hold for a second and then bring it in, tightening the core, really focusing on trying to not round the back. Let's really dig into their bird dog form and really make them master this. Make sure their hands aren't getting way out in front of their head and their knees aren't getting way back here. It's not a super difficult exercise, especially if they're cheating it. So let's make sure they're doing it very perfect, okay? While the other group is gonna be back over here, our 2s, they're back on the 20 on, 20 off, and then 20 back on again. All right, so to our fourth and final round, we're gonna be starting with the twos over here using the rip trainers. So we're gonna be working on an overhead side step plank. So when I'm setting up for this, you always wanna keep tension in the band. So they're gonna set up right over here, grabbing their rip trainer, hands are right in the middle of the block, trying to get that rip trainer back so it lines up with the back of their head. Body's trying to stay as straight as possible, and then they're gonna side shuffle over, just like this. Now something that's always gonna happen is they're always gonna think that they're straight, and they're gonna be leaning away from the band. So a great practice is to have them lean towards the band just a little bit, shuffle out, pause, breathe, and then shuffle back in. Just like this. They don't need to go all the way in because there's no tension once they get here. So getting about this point and then shuffling back out is what we're going to be working on. Okay? So they're going to do one side and then the other side as they set up for this, because our bikes and rowers are on the final round of 20 on, 20 off, 20 back on. So once we get to this point, we're taking a 90-second break, they're grabbing a drink, and we're setting up for the challenge round. Now this is a little bit shorter challenge round. You only have 4.5 minutes. So pick one of the challenges that is a little bit simpler that you can adjust the time on. You won't want to do one of your team relays, okay?